Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 9-ish of the Cheers Comics podcast, where each week two of your friends tip back a coffee and talk about their favorite comics of the week, including characters, creators, news, and anything else underneath our illustrated sun. If you like that, then grab a brew and join me, one of your hosts, Justin Jones, and the uncanny Brian Wayne.
Yo.
How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I do want to start off this episode apologizing for not getting an episode out last week. We did record one. It was amazing. We used our new microphone for the first time, but we ran into some technical difficulties.
But our producer fucked up, and by our producer, I mean me.
Reformatted your hard drive without saving the podcast.
Yeah, whoopsie doodles. So we missed out on a few books. Y'all missed out on a few books. We talked all good about them, but
we'll catch up on the next ones, though.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
Life goes on, bitches. So episode 9 again. And this week we are drinking Irish coffees. You said we're drinking coffee this week. No, we're drinking alcoholic coffees.
We are.
Alcoholic coffees, yes we are. So yeah, good old Irish cream and whatever. Coffee, as one would say.
Yeah, man. How was your week?
It was good. It was good. I read a lot of books.
Me too.
I did something exciting yesterday.
What was that?
I saw a movie I wasn't very excited for.
What movie?
Was Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse.
Oh, how is it?
Surprisingly amazing. I went in with super low expectations. I didn't think I'd be about that type of style of movie at all. It didn't seem like it was going to appeal to me, and I couldn't have been more wrong.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's more marketed to children, but I'm a children.
No, it's for children and adults alike. It's for the Spider-Man lover of all generations. Is what it is. It's funny. It's exciting. It's amazing. And I think the best surprise for me was the fact that the villain was Kingpin.
Oh, really?
Naturally.
Your boy.
Yeah, it was great. It was a good movie. So, I'm going to see it again in 3D. I saw it in 2D on accident because I bought the wrong tickets, but it's cool.
Well, 3D does give me a headache, but yeah, I'd be
So
down to see it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give it a shot. I enjoyed it very, very much. And like I said, if you're looking for something for the whole family to go see, this is definitely something. There's a lot of flashy, bright lights, though, so, if you have seizures, don't.
Oh, okay, well.
So be warned.
Let me ask you.
It might kill you.
How heavily does it tie in with the current Spider-Geddon event?
I wouldn't necessarily say it ties in. It doesn't mention the inheritors or anything like that. But it's...
So is this Miles after that? Or is this Miles before?
This is the Miles origin story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's awesome.
We'll go with what we've read this week.
It's amazing. Yes. So, yeah. No, it's... Go see it, man. I'm going to see it again.
Right on.
Cool.
You got anything else you want to talk about before the news?
No, do you?
No.
No.
Go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah, let's jump into the news. So this one, I don't think you're aware of. And it's something that we should have talked about last week, but I think it's big enough to still talk about this week.
Lay it on me.
Brian K. Vaughan just got a movie deal with Legendary.
Really?
Yeah, they bought rights to his characters, so we're probably gonna get a Paper Girls movie. I don't think them producing a Saga movie makes any sense. It's just they're not gonna have like Star Wars budget.
Live action, you just couldn't do it justice.
No.
Animated,
yeah,
I could see it animated.
Legendary gonna do something animated? Did they do animated shit?
I don't know.
I don't think they do. But everything else Brian K. Vaughan does is going to, or everything.
Great writing, definitely. Batman, Saga, loved them. Yep. For sure. Paper Girls?
Yes. So, I thought you'd be excited about that. He got a movie deal.
That's awesome. Hey, congratulations, Brian.
Yeah, good for you. Legendary picked him up. You had something to talk about. You did. Did you?
Nah.
No. Oh, yeah.
No.
Nah, we'll totally pass that up.
I mentioned it, but didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Let's keep that shit out.
Not our kind of content.
For sure. Yeah.
What else you got for me?
So, Controversy Heroes in Crisis. Tom King disapproved of the original design for the cover of issue 7, and
Cool.
It apparently had a controversial pose of Poison Ivy laying there all dead, and because we're not censored, she was face down, ass up, is her positioning. And she was like starting to write something in blood, it seemed. So, yeah, no, it was a very sexualized cover for sure. I wouldn't mind having it, but
I've always felt like Ivy was kind of a sexualized character.
she was
but
the first.
She's always had agency over it.
She was the first sexualized character in comic books. So yes, no. If anybody should be sexualized on a guy, but Tom King says it doesn't pertain to this story, and what Tom King says goes.
Yeah, if it's just for fan service, maybe not.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been news if it didn't leak first. But it leaked. And yeah. Because it's not like Tom King waited for a reaction before he was like, oh yeah. Not like he waited for the first piece of fan mail, hate mail, before he was like, no, let's not do this. He was like, no, this isn't right. Why is this out there? Bye-bye. So, and he was very, like, firm about that on Twitter. He was like, that's what it was. It doesn't work. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what? I respect whatever Tom King decides on that.
But I did get to see the cover, and it's really fucking cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
You'll have to show me sometime.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So yeah, that's the news. Tom King got pissed off. Brian K. Vaughan got a movie deal.
Sweet. Hey, that's good news this week. Well, other than Tom King getting pissed off. But
I actually do find that to be good news because that means that he takes fucking pride in his stories, man. And if the cover doesn't fucking work, then the cover doesn't work.
Sure.
A lot of people get really hateful when you buy a book for the cover and it has nothing that pertains to the story.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it's so. Yeah, I don't know. And obviously, Poison Ivy's death is a thing going on in Heroes in Crisis, but does her being sexualized pertain to the story? Like,
probably not. I mean, she's dead.
Right.
Hopefully
exactly.
they don't do that.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, no, that's what I get to talk about. What other people were talking about. So let's move along to what we read this week. What do you say?
Yeah, let's jump straight into the stories.
Cool, let's do it. Batman Damned, aka Bat Dick Part 2.
No Bat Dick this week.
Just kidding. There is no Bat Groin. But we have Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo still on creativeness. The cover by Lee Bermejo is fantastic.
Definitely.
This is one of them covers that kind of tells you what's going to happen in the story.
Definitely.
The cover that goes with the story. Did you read this one?
I did. I really enjoyed it.
Good, because it was awesome. A lot of Constantine action as the story goes on. This art just continues to be mind blowing. It's amazing.
Very, very good.
The story's told in a poetic manner, as it has been. I like that Constantine is narrating. It's good stuff. So it starts out with Constantine and Batman on a ledge, and Batman is getting information, or getting details as to where to get information.
Right. He's looking for the Joker.
He believes the Joker's still alive.
Right.
Because you said that you missed out on Damn #1.
I did.
Well, no one wants to spend $60 on the fucking book, because if you didn't get it day one, you're paying out the goddamn asshole.
I'm sure there will be a much more affordable reprint, but
yeah, but it's not gonna be the same. I'm not gonna get good old Batcock. Anyways, the whole storyline is that the Joker's dead and everyone thinks the Batman did it. Batman has no remembrance.
He's not sure if he killed him or not.
Right. Yeah, he's not sure. And then Constantine is there to just fuck with Batman's head. It's kind of like his misguiding guardian angel in this story. It's pretty cool. So yeah, Constantine's like, alright, we got a club, and the name of the club is the cavern. So Batman goes to the cavern and he just like plows his way through there.
In straight bat suit and everything.
Yeah, dude, fucking just whooping that ass. And he gets to, fucking Blood is the name of this guy, and he's like this shitty fucking rapper, like most of them are now.
So am I supposed to know who this guy is?
No.
No? Okay.
So, yeah, and then all of a sudden you get this flashback, Bruce as a boy, and his dad walking out on his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bruce kind of has like this you bitch moment.
And he's ready to go for a horse ride with his dad, in his cowboy gear and everything.
Yeah, so when he like looks out and he like sees the dad like, hey, fuck you bitch, I'm out. He's just very resentful towards his mom. So she's sitting there sobbing and he comes up in his little cowboy outfit and like he has his fake cap gun to the back of her head and she like hears the pop. And that's when we get the whole
never point a gun at anybody ever again. Promise me, Bruce. Promise me.
Yep. And then so you get the
why Batman doesn't use a gun.
Yeah. And he's not as hateful towards his mom at that moment. And I think you get like a lovey-dovey huggy moment and all of that.
I'm sorry, Mama.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So then it goes back to Batman getting information out of Blood, and damn, this fucking coffee's good. What else is, how does he, oh yeah, like this fucking ghosty demonic figure comes in, and he possesses this bystander.
One of the guys with a gun to Batman's head.
Right, but it's kind of cool the way that Blood plays it. Like, all these bad guys have a gun to Batman's head, and Batman,
Batman's like, you're not fast enough. I'll get you too.
Right, and he was like, well, what if I did this? And all of the guys turn their guns on each other, and he was like, you'll never be able to forgive yourself if this happens, Batman. So it kind of like has Batman in a bit of a stalemate for a second.
Definitely.
That's when the little ghosty, spirity guy appears and changes the tone of what's happening there. And eventually they hear, the way they get out of the situation, there's this big explosion above ground outside of the club.
One of the buildings.
So they evacuate. And in the evacuation, Batman comes across Enchantress. And
so who is this lady?
She's a ghostly, possessed... Did you see Suicide Squad? Remember the movie Suicide Squad?
I did see Suicide Squad.
The Enchantress, the ghostly...
Oh, right, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, cool. Well, I don't have to explain her, because I'm not too keen on her. So, just... So yeah, she's feeding Bruce with this this weird vision, and like almost kind of like seducing him, if that's...
seducing? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. How you would describe that? Like, not necessarily seducing him, but it's...
I'm not really possessing him either, but definitely there's this internal dialogue between the two of them, and...
Yeah, there's...
I'm missing something by that, because Bruce is like, I know.
It only goes on for a page.
Right.
It's a very brief thing, and then, he snaps out of it, and it carries on, and he goes to save the guy that he thinks has the answers.
He goes into the building to save the man still in there, and this man says he has answers.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So yeah, Batman's in there being a hero, and this guy, it was a trick. It was a trick.
Right.
It's a trap. I heard that once in a movie.
Some B film, I'm sure.
Yeah. Man, fucking lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Yeah, just this little movie of Star Wars fuck you up.
Yeah, Star Wars. I'm in.
Alright, so he's in the house. There's the fire. It's a trap. The possessed, ghostly guy pulls him out of the fire, right?
Yes. That's what's going on. And then we get more Constantine action.
Yeah.
So Batman's just like out of the building. He's cool. Constantine shows back up.
Just straight chilling.
Yep. And then Batman realizes the bat signal has the Joker teeth in it. And he's even more tipped off. He's like, the Joker's totally fucking alive. And then show his shit. Who do you see? A Joker-looking motherfucker up on the roof.
Yeah.
Yep. And got a couple of little gang posses with him.
terrorizing Gordon.
Yes, old Commish. And Batman, he makes his way and fucks up the goons, gets cracked in the head with the bat, and as he's down, he realizes this person ain't no Joker. It's Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Painted up to be like Joker.
Painted up to be like the Joker, and she is pissed because she thinks that Batman killed the Joker.
Right.
And this is a Harley Quinn that I've never seen before. This is amazing. I love the way it was drawn. She's brutal. There's so much emotion and fucking anger in these eyes, the way it's drawn. It
definitely fits the theme for this comic and the way it reads.
Yeah.
Brutal,
yeah.
dark.
And so just when Batman thinks she has her, she gets all teary-eyed up, and Batman lets his guard down for a second like a fucking fool. She sticks him with something, or injects him with something, and at that point it's Batman just kind of
getting out of it.
Yeah.
Going woozy.
But in the last resort, this book ends with him strangling her.
Yeah, just
and you don't know
really going for the gusto.
Because
it blacks out before you see.
Yeah. There's it sucks that we got 2 months to wait for this book again.
Oh yeah,
it's
next
bi-monthly.
Ah man.
So, but I'm very much loving this DC Black Label. I like that. This is dark. They're not holding anything back. You know, I wouldn't expect to see a whole bunch of fucking cock and balls from here on out. I really wouldn't.
I don't think that's something DC is really going to do again.
But look at this page, though. Like, it's still very sexual. Like, it is still very, very sexual.
Sure.
I mean, Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn. Like, not held back.
Right.
I mean, she's borderline naked. Like, there's not...
She unzips the front of her suit.
Yeah, but there's not a lot...
It's really to show that scar.
Yeah, but it's... There's not a lot to be left to the imagination, though.
Sure.
Like, that latex is tight.
Well, yeah, of course.
And she's aroused.
I don't think that's so much the case. I think it's just always playing with it. You know, she's always that playful, almost to the point of sexual kind of character, but she's always in control of it, and it's never really sexual.
She's not aroused, and it's cold
another
outside.
weapon of hers, you know. She uses that to lure them in, and then do what she does best: fuck them up.
Yeah, well, but what I meant by aroused was if it's not arousal that I'm seeing here, then it's like 10 degrees outside.
Bloodlust. It's a form of lust, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So it's a great book.
Yeah, looking forward to number 3.
It's not going to be as difficult to find. You're not going to have to go to eBay to get it like the last one. Like I said, there's no Batawang, but
life goes on.
Life goes on. Sorry, pervs. Moving along.
What else you got from DC?
Justice League Dark number 6. James Tynion the 4th. Daniel Sampere, Juan Albaron, and Adriano Lucas, and is covered by Nicholas Scott and Romulo Farajo Jr. Is pretty awesome. It's got Blue Devil there fixing to chop off Professor Chimp's head, it seems.
Detective Chimp.
Yes, Detective Chimp. I said Professor Chimp. What the fuck who's Professor Chimp? That's a thing too somewhere. Moving along.
So what we got in this issue?
Another good issue. Justice League Dark continues to be awesome after the whole Witching Hour thing. It's team building. Mm-hmm. This one is very team building, actually.
Tell me all about it.
Let me. So Bobo is being held captive for his crimes that was explained in the last issue. Mm-hmm. He takes responsibility for the way this world, what is it called, Myra is now, the state that it's in. It's all his fault. So he's being held captive while the citizens kind of deliberate as to what his fate is. And meanwhile, Wonder Woman and several others of the JL Dark Team are meeting with Blue Devil, and Blue Devil's like, look, I really don't have anything against him, but if it is the will of the people for him to die, then I'll chop his fucking head off.
Oh, dang, okay.
So, yeah, and Wonder Woman is pretty much kind of like pleading for Bobo at this point. And then she goes to his cell and is trying to convince Bobo, like, look, doesn't look good for you. Let me just like get you out of here, and let's do this. And Bobo's like, nah, I'm cool with whatever happens, because he's a fucking depressed drunk. Like, that's his thing. Fucking depressed drunk. So he's like I said, he's cool. So eventually he does get talked into it though. As she I mean, Wonder Woman's pretty fucking convincing. It's Wonder Woman.
Right.
I mean, Detective Chimp he's not that strong-willed. Come on. He's a stupid drunk. Yeah, I said it. And then it flips to, remember how Swamp Thing and Constantine were fighting Dr. Fate in the last one? And Fate is just, he's unstoppable. And then the Phantom Stranger shows up, and then Constantine and Swamp Thing at this point are like, oh shit, Phantom Stranger! He's been around for fucking centuries, this guy's unbeatable. But do you know who can beat him of like 3 people in the history of the world? Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate takes off his helmet and just sucks him up like it's nothing.
Dang.
Just traps him in his helmet.
Sure.
At this point, you know, Swamp Thing's shitting fucking roots, and Constantine's like, I'm gonna have to do this thing. So he pretty much is getting ready to sacrifice himself.
Oh no.
Like, he's laying it out there, he's like, this is how it is. So I kind of, like, it jumps around a little bit, but... Well, yeah, we'll get back to that. So then it goes back to the JL Dark Team, and you got Man-Bat and Zatanna and Wonder Woman once again dealing with Blue Devil and all this stuff. While Wonder Woman's talking with Chimp, it's showing Zatanna and Man-Bat. Pretty much, I guess it would be kind of like the distraction while Wonder Woman goes off and does her thing with the Chimp.
Right.
And it's kind of like a little comedic thing, and then, yeah, I don't know, everyone's just throwing shade at Man-Bat because he used to be a bad guy, and Man-Bat.
Right.
Yeah. But while Zatanna's going through and, like, trying to find answers, she gets this message, like, being carved into her arm. And it's relating to Constantine, and Constantine is explaining to Swamp Thing as he's getting ready to do his thing, he's like, whatever you do, just make sure Zatanna survives.
Right.
Like, she's the key to, like, magic cannot die. Zatanna is the key to all of this. Like, she might be able to beat Dr. Fate. But in the meantime, I gotta go do this thing, slow down Dr. Fate. You go warn the rest of the team. Mm-hmm. So pretty much as Zatanna is getting this message carved into her arm via magic, at this point it kind of suggests that Constantine is now dead. And fucking at that moment, Swamp Thing like comes through the earth, like via like the roots or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's how he gets around. And he's, pretty much explaining that shit's about to go down. So, Swamp Thing is back with the rest of the JL Dark Team. Uh-huh. Just no Constantine at this point. No, and Dr. Fate is on the loose.
But Detective Chimp is good now?
Detective Chimp's good.
Right on.
Yes.
So are you expecting big things in the next issue?
I am thoroughly enjoying this title at this point. Like, I wouldn't go on to say, like, big things, but I'm expecting a great read, as it has been.
Right on.
Yeah, James Tynion IV is doing an amazing job. And Daniel Sampierre as an artist is not disappointing at all.
Great.
Moving along. This one was one a lot of people were super excited for. This is going to be a 6-issue miniseries. We have The Batman Who Laughs, #1, by Scott Snyder, Jock, and colors by David Barron. And this cover done by Jock is awesome. We'll get to the rest of the covers later. There were 3 covers total for this, and I ended up buying them all. So.
Oh wow, collector.
Yeah. So this was a very deep issue one. I'm not gonna lie, I read it 3 times just to make sure I got every bit of information out of it that I could.
Yeah, how'd you like this one?
I liked it just fine. I'm excited for a 6-issue miniseries. I'm glad this isn't an ongoing. I think the Batman Who Laughs is a great event character because he's a character that everybody's just terrified of. And nobody more than the Joker.
Right.
Like we read. Oh, I didn't get to hear that because I fucked that episode up. Legion of Doom last week.
Right.
Was amazing with the Batman Who Laughs, and it really tied in well to how the Joker feels about the Batman Who Laughs, and we get that in this as well. So, did you read this one?
I did.
What did you get out of this?
It was an interesting read. I really don't know anything about the Batman Who Laughs.
Okay,
so
well,
this is my introduction to him, but
Batman Who Laughs, he is a character that was introduced much earlier this year in the Metal series, and he was brought through this dark dimension via some Hawkman / Nth Metal bullshit, and he just created this new dimension of evil Batmans and brought it to Earth, and it was this whole big event that pretty much just set up a new Justice League title. So
okay,
yeah, and the way Metal ended, you didn't know if Batman Who Laughs was going to be a thing anymore because seemingly the Joker killed him, but not so much. Yet so much. So yeah, let's go through this a little bit. Like I said, there's quite a bit here. Bruce is on a Batman mission, like Bruce does.
He's on the freeway chasing down these criminals with AKs who are carrying a mobile home.
Yeah, it's like a chase down heist type of thing. So, but yeah, no, there's something of Batman's interest in this mobile home, and as it turns out, it is a casket. And in this casket is a son of a motherfucker that looks just like Bruce.
Yep. Same scars, mostly.
Yes, and this is where it gets interesting, is it's the same scars up until a certain point.
When Bane breaks his back.
Yes, and that's when he determines, like, okay, so whoever this version of Bruce Wayne is took a different life path after this event, the Bane incident, because there are no scars that,
He took more of the activist approach.
Yes. So this is, at this point, Batman's like, well, now I gotta go off and be detective-y and figure out what's going on here.
Right.
And where does it go from there? Oh, one of the big clues is this Batman has laugh lines.
Right.
So they're thinking, Alfred's contention is, well, this Bruce led a happier life. Well, Batman's like, wait, laugh lines? Bruce Wayne don't laugh. And I think that's where you get like, that's the first clue, the Batman Who Laughs. That's what I get out of this. I think that's Bruce's first tip-off.
Yeah, this is the dead one.
Right. But nevertheless, to me, that's my first clue. Is that I don't know. That's the first time.
I don't know. I think because they were just making a joke, making not the joke, but the riff there that this was a Bruce who was happy. This is a different Bruce. You know, well, is this Bruce happy? And they left it open. It wasn't until Gordon talks to Batman and he mentions this other Batman that kills all these guys. He's like, I know who this guy is.
Yeah. No, I get that. But in my head, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just a better detective than Batman. I don't know. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, well, all right.
But as soon as they said laugh lines, I was like, oh shit, Batman Who Laughs. Like a Bruce Wayne here. Like, this is... Like, the Joker was notorious for leaving behind corpses with, like, the smiley face and all that. Like, this is...
Sure.
Like, to me, I saw that as a nod to that. Like, a darker version of...
Well, all right.
That's how I saw it.
Sure.
I don't know. Who am I to say? It's all
But moving forward, we do see this other Batman, with guns, fucking up some prison guards.
Yes, like, fucking up some prison guards. And he's making his way through these cells, and he comes across fucking Freeze at one point.
Just blast the shit out of him.
It catches him on fire, just napalm deaths his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets to Joker's cell, and Joker sees Batman. And he's like, oh, you're not gonna kill me.
Finally here to kill me, Bats.
And then out of the shadows comes fucking the Batman Who Laughs.
And this one he's actually afraid of.
Yes. And you see it in the Joker's eyes. I don't know if I've ever seen that look drawn in the Joker's eyes before. A teared up, actual, holy fuck, I'm going to die. And guess what?
It wasn't actually the Joker.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. But the decoy definitely knows who this is.
Yeah. It was very weird. Who was that in the Arkham cell?
It was just another one of Joker's goons that they mentioned who's had his name changed a couple times, and that's why it was so hard to idea.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that slightly confused me, but I just kept missing
Yeah, because he's one of his goons, and he's changed his name so many times, and it's always been like a name for laugh, but in a different language. With an extra letter. If you add all those extra letters up, it spells out saying, which I guess was a comedy club.
Yep.
So that's where Batman goes next.
Yep. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that. And that he does. And then he goes to the Batcave, and Batman's like, well, Alfred, drain the water security system. And Alfred's like, well, that's stupid. And Batman's like, do it! And he does, and then the Joker pops up.
He was waiting.
He was waiting. Just breathing like a little fish under the water. I don't know how he did it. Maybe he is a shark. Do. And then Joker comes up, and oh man, this is
pulls a gun on Batman.
Yeah. So, and then Batman explains earlier in the story, he's like, "We don't kill." The reason why Batman hasn't killed the Joker is because Batman is made to believe that if the Joker's heart stops beating, there's a neurotoxin that gets released, and whoever kills him will then become the next Joker.
Right.
So, if anything, to me that tells me that Batman's just waiting for somebody else to kill the Joker. I mean, there will always be a Joker.
He probably believes it's just best if we just lock him away, don't let him die.
Yeah, and
the one man he would kill.
Yeah. But so in order for that to not happen, fucking. This was actually really smart. I liked how this worked. Joker comes up and he points a gun at Batman, and it backfires on him on purpose.
Trick gun.
And
Very
he kills
Joker.
himself.
Very Joker.
And he releases the neurotoxin as Batman holds Joker's dying body.
Just end with this large grin and
with Alfred standing over him. And dude, this is the birth of the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, this is a very interesting read.
This was great. This was great. I enjoyed it very much. It took me a few times to get through it, only because there's just the writing is. Snyder has a very unique style. Like you gotta read his shit a lot. At least I do. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I'm on for all 6 issues. That's for sure. Moving along, another book I very much enjoyed. Not what I expected it to be though. Actually, it kind of was, but at the same time, it wasn't. So, Superman number 6, The Unity Saga, by Michael Bendis, Ivan Reis, Joe Prado, Eau Claire Albert, and Alex Sinclair, with Ivan Reis, Joe Prado, and Eau Claire Albert doing the cover. So we were teased a while ago, this is going to be the return of John Kent, Superboy, with some amazing powers. New powers, and we see that on the cover here. But it starts out with where issue 5 left off, and that is Zod transferring into the Phantom Zone to fight Rogol Zar.
Right.
Because he's very, for Krypton. Obviously, he's Krypton proud. And
right.
He wants
this man wants to destroy Earth and Superman and his son.
And Rogol Zar is the guy responsible for killing Krypton,
right.
destroying Krypton. So, yeah, Zod's like, alright, let's do this shit. So he transfers the Phantom Zone, and that's where we left off issue 5. Issue 6 is Zod and Superman attempting to beat the fuck. Did you read this?
No.
Okay, cool.
I have read some of my Bendis' Superman run, but I'm not caught up.
Gotcha. So this is Superman and Zod just beating the shit out of Rogol Zar. Or fighting Rogol Zar. I keep saying beating the shit. Rogol Zar is amazingly fucking powerful. Like,
definitely.
He takes this like it's nothing at all. It's absolutely nothing. So, in the midst of this fight, Superman realizes that Zod isn't really... He's questioning Zod's motives. He's like, why am I fucking teaming up with Zod right now? This is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And he realizes that, you know what, let's just do this. Like, Rogol Zar is clearly the bigger threat. So in order to get... I thought this was awesome. In order to get Zod all fired up, he yells out, "For Kandor," and just beats it. I mean, he just lays into fucking Rolgar. And, like, Zod's face in the background is just, like, jaw dropped, like, did that just fucking happen? And then Zod goes unleashed on his ass.
Nice.
And then in the midst of all of this, you see that page, "For Kandor!" So good.
Dope.
And then Zod in the background, like,
I see
what
that.
the fuck? But, randomly, fucking Superman gets, like, teleported back. And Adam's like, oh, it worked! Got him back from the Phantom Zone. And Superman's like, oh, sweet, but I got a thing going on back there. And Adam's like, but you're back here now.
Right.
And just let Zod do that. And Superman's like, but I can't. And then he gets the telepathic call from Martian Manhunter, and he was like, all of the events that's happened are trickling down to this bridge, San Francisco or something like that. So Superman's like, alright, now I'll go fix this real quick. And he does it in the Superman fashion, and he's taking pictures and all of that shit, because
Wonder Boy.
He's Superman.
Right.
So while he's sitting there, like, reminiscing, he's like, you know what? Or not necessarily reminiscing, but he's, like, trying to figure out, like, how to defeat Zod. He's like, my dad has the answers. He knows more about Zod, or not Zod, Rogol, yeah. He's like, my dad knows more about Rogol than anything. Kind of missing my boy right now. And then, like, in that same instant, who shows up? John. And, like, that's where it ends. Like, so this isn't a Superboy that's super powerful, or that we don't know anything about this Superboy, other than he seems a little bit more mature.
Sure.
But yeah.
So is Lois back now?
Lois has been back. She's
she?
just not in this. Hasn't been in this story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember Lois is off doing her own thing, and like Lex Luthor goes to visit.
Oh right, you did tell me about that. Right.
Yeah. So. But yeah, no, this was a Lois-free story. This was a great fucking Superman book. Like, this is what I was hoping to get out of Superman.
Yeah, it sounds like Bendis is really making you a Superman fan.
It is, and I'm starting to think that I more than anything, I think I'm a Zod fan.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think I've always been a general Zod fan. That's always been the thing to keep me slightly hooked on Superman.
You like that fanatic, huh?
Yeah, I do. Moving along, more DC stuff. Batman Annual number 3, Tom Taylor, Otto Schmidt, what a team. And the cover by Brian Hitch and Alex Sinclair.
I really enjoyed this one.
You did. Let's talk about this one. This was a special story. Very touching. It was an oversized issue, as an annual should be. I was surprised.
Yeah, we show Alfred getting up early at 3 o'clock in the morning to meet Batman, get him a meal ready, taking care of his needs.
Yeah, well, you kind of... it starts out with a younger... Well, I guess it doesn't start out with a younger Alfred.
No, it just starts off with him saying, it just takes one call. That one call and all of our lives change.
Yeah, no, it is a younger Alfred. This is a younger Alfred.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah...
it starts off with a call about the wedding.
Yes. So, and I like how it starts out with Alfred going on about, like, I didn't plan on being employed by the Waynes for very long.
I had plans.
Yeah, like, I had a whole thing. I'm a fucking acrobat myself. No one asked me to be Robin. Just kidding, he doesn't say that. Wouldn't that be some shit, though? If, like, the whole time, like, Alfred would have been just, like, the best Robin.
Just waiting for Bruce to ask.
Like, Alfred's parents died tragically, too. Like, he would have been a better Batman. I'm sorry, I said it. Fan fiction. But, yeah, no, so this is Alfred, his perspective on the phone call, and when he sees a a young Bruce with no parents anymore. He realizes at this point, like, this is him now. So
he's taking care of this boy.
Yep. And it was very much like that in the older days. Like, yeah, obviously. So Batman's out doing his thing, and Alfred is telling him, look, you haven't fucking slept. You have the flu. Like, maybe you should not be a fucking idiot right now and, like, chasing drones and
But
shit.
of course, he knows Batman has to do what is best for the city. Yes. He has to save people.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And Batman, like, he calls Alfred, he's like, prep the Batwing. And Alfred, he's like, well, you need to eat something at least. You know, have some soup. And Batman's like, you really want me to take a bowl of soup in the Batwing? And Alfred's like, no, you fucking idiot. Here's a fucking thermos, you stupid idiot.
No, I think it's just a lot more caring. You know, he knows that Bruce is doing what Bruce has to do, and that's being Batman.
Yeah,
so,
but Alfred throws shade at Bruce, like, and he does.
Oh, totally.
I mean, like, it's...
He's got that dry sense to him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I fucking love Alfred.
Me too, and that's why I really love this annual. It's an okay Batman story. It's a great Alfred story.
No, this is an Alfred story for sure. So yes, and that thermos turns out to, like, kind of save Batman's ass.
Right.
That's what he throws to subdue the bad guy, who turns out to be, who was the bad guy in this? I forget.
Drone.
Oh yeah, Drone's his name. Yeah, he's a drone guy.
Drone bombs.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's actually Alfred that shows up with, like, a cowl of his own, and it's Alfred saves the day. Alfred saves the day. It's pretty much what this book is, but it's
just a normal old man.
Yeah.
Beats up these two punks who are about ready to rob Batman.
Stabbed Batman.
That was Jerome that stabbed him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, no, that would explain why these guys are able to.
Oh, is that Batman? You got anything in that belt of yours?
Right. Yeah, and then Alfred shows up in a cowl of his own, and then but Alfred puts up a fight, like.
Oh, he does. Oh, totally.
He whoops these guys' ass.
He does send them running.
Alfred ain't no bitch, man. I have never seen Alfred fight like that. That was crazy.
Well, you know, he was part of the Royal Navy. You know, he's no amateur.
Yeah, but he's like 342 years old, man. He's Gandalf, bro. I don't know. But yeah, now Alfred saves Bruce's ass, takes him home, and while takes him to the hospital, and this hospital is like one of them free hospitals where they don't ask questions.
Well, this is his special doctor, you know, a free clinic.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, and then there, you know, fucking, she's explaining how much of an asshole Bruce is and the way he is and all of that. And, like,
no, she's just saying that, you know, don't let him overwork you. You need to rest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much. I have my own words for things like that, though, Justin. Fine, yeah. And then she has her talk with Bruce, and she's pretty much just like, dude, you're a fucking asshole. You know fucking Alfred has the flu, and you're running him ragged. The dude doesn't sleep. And it's like, you know what fucking tomorrow is, you idiot? Like, and he just kind of like brushed by that line. Like, you know what tomorrow is? And I'm like, oh, it's Bruce's birthday, and he's too stupid to know, or something like that. Yeah. Like, it didn't even dawn on me until like the last page when Bruce wakes up. He's like, I burnt the fucking crumpets or biscuits or crisps or whatever. Crumpets. So yeah. And it pretty much goes on, you know, Alfred's like, oh, yeah, not a big deal, you know, right. Carry on with your day, Master Bruce, I'm sure you're not going to be smart enough to rest.
Right, like, oh, you're going on patrol.
Yeah, and Bruce is like, what? Nah, I ain't doing that, fucking, I got so-and-so and so-and-so garden shit.
Drake, right, I think we're going to see some Tim Drake coming up soon.
Does he say Drake?
Yep.
No shit. Right on. That's exciting.
Cassandra and Duke. Dang, I misread that.
I don't think it says Duke.
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah, no, he's got people out guarding the town, and then the final line is "Happy Father's Day, motherfucker," or something like that. And this was a great book. I'm not gonna. I had to say it like that because the first time I read it, I teared up a little bit, and I'm not getting emotional today. So,
if you're a big fan of Alfred, this is a great read.
This was amazing. I mean,
very well written. I like this Alfred.
And Tom Taylor can write Batman too, guys. Like he's been great. Tom Taylor even wrote like one of the Walmart Batman specials. So, yeah, good stuff. Alright, we got another DC title here. This is one that you turned me on to last week, and I forgot to read this week. Is this Steve Orlando?
It is. Yep.
Oh shit, so yeah, that explains the weirdness of this. And Travel Foreman and Hi-Fi. Sweet. Electric Warriors #2. It's a 6-issue miniseries. I really enjoyed the first one. Forgot to read this one, so let's go through it.
Yeah, we start off with Ian Navarro, who everybody thinks is Oscar Navarro. You know, he had his brother jumped and took his place as the Electric Heart in the last book.
Okay.
He's there with Kana. You know, again, they're just kind of recapping that these are the Electric Warriors for Earth. You know, they decided to split their Electric Heart. So instead of having one super powerful warrior, they have two somewhat powerful heroes.
Yeah,
but it means that they have a weaker chance to fight. Now, so what they're doing is they're setting up this world. I guess it's kind of like a gladiator-based system from these like overlord conquerors. And they fight over resources. So it starts off with Ian fighting with his competitor. Who is his competitor? The Volcanic Warrior of Saturn. Which is this green, doopy alien guy. And they're fighting over the grain stores of Earth. You know, so if Saturn wins, they get the grain storage from Earth.
Gotcha.
Well, so his code name is Warcry. He's able to absorb sound waves and use that as an attack. And he's got the shroud of Kal-El, you know, the shroud from Superman. So that's impervious.
Shit.
You know, he can use that for protection. But
yeah, that's right. He's wearing it like a hood.
Right. So it starts off, and he's kind of getting his butt beat by this guy.
He looks like a MODOK meets Kang type of.
Yeah, definitely a MODOK-esque vibe there.
Yeah, cool character design. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It starts off, and he's getting his butt kicked. He's having this internal dialogue. You know, like I have no point to be here. You know, I'm screwed. But then he hears all the cheering from the audience, and he starts to absorb all that, and he gets one big attack and hits this guy. But it's not enough. But we cut to the other contestants, you know, just showing that other people fighting over their resources. And we have Kana, the other Electric Warrior from Earth. She's the octopus. And you know, she wins hers. She's definitely fit to fight here. But not Ian. He gets his butt kicked. And
he looks like he's getting fucking owned, man.
He does. I mean, this guy just beats him. He takes the cape and just wastes him.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. He does.
You know, just knocks him down. But it doesn't kill him, even though he's got this severe chest wound. But we cut to the next scene, and we show that, you know...
1 hour later.
Right, we've got Inceptor. He's the Vrang Electric Warrior, and he's able to ease his pain, but he gets in his head, and he knows that this is not Oscar. This is the one man who knows that this is a fake. This is Ian. He's not supposed to be here. But Ian, like, strangles the shit out of him, saying, "You can't say this to anything," but from his chest wound, he passes out. When he wakes up, there are these other Electric Warriors that recruit him, saying, "Hey, there's somebody who wants to talk to you." And they take him to Orthus. Orthus is the first Electric Warrior. He's been here longer than anyone. They're kind of doing like the Survivor Island thing, like, well, yeah, we're going to be competitors, but we can help each other survive. And then Kana heals the chest wound for Ian, and Warcry asks, you know, do you believe him? Are you with this Orthus guy? And she rationally decides that he can be of help. He knows more about this place than them. He can be an asset. And it shows them teaming up, and they explain because of he lost his battle and the grain shortage on Earth, the animals have created more taxes against the humans for these grains, but the humans rise up and they run a rebellion against them and they steal the grain sources. So now it is Kana versus Warcry. in the next match. So that's where we're going to pick up next issue.
This has been a cool read.
It's going to be Earth versus Earth now.
This is strange. This is a very strange... And I don't mean that in a bad way. I like fucking weird.
It is, and this is super sci-fi, late Earth.
Yeah, these character designs are very cool.
Agreed. Yeah, it's very entertaining read. I wasn't sure what I was getting into when I picked the series up, but I don't regret it. It's been a very entertaining read.
Right on, man. Cheers. That was fucking awesome.
Cheers.
Let's go to indies now. We started out with DC this week. There were some fucking great indie titles. Actually, I think there were more indie titles than there were DC titles.
Image is doing so much good work these days.
Image is doing good work.
Where do you want to start off?
Bitterroot. Yeah, Bitterroot number 2, Image. This book has been... lives up to issue number 1, that's for sure, but David F. Walker, Chuck Brown, Sanford Green, and Rico Renzi, and this covered by Sanford Green and Jero Wimberly. It's fucking fantastic. I love the birds on here. I love the orange, the color choices. This cover's amazing.
Oh yeah, mad props to the whole creative team all around. Good writing. I love the colors, and the artwork is phenomenal.
Yeah. So it picks up where issue 1 left off, and that's with Cullen and Berg returning the converted Jinus back because they have the serum to bring
the
these.
Finno-root.
Yes, the Finno-root. Yeah, so they brought these guys back. They returned them back to the woods, and in doing so, they come across this giant Jinu they never seen before.
Big bird dude.
Big bird motherfucker. Well, as it turns out, this ain't no regular ass Jinu.
Now it's able to talk.
Yes.
Apparently they don't do that.
Yes, that's new, and it comes to find out that it is being this is the person that's experimented on and teamed up with this other mad scientist.
Yeah, it's the other lady scientist that we saw in the last issue.
Exactly.
And her whole goal is just to... She doesn't want to kill these guys. She doesn't want to... With the Sangrais?
The Sangries? Yeah, I say Sangri. But I think that's the British way of saying it. I don't fucking... But I like Sangri. It just sounds better. Sangrai.
Hey, tell you what, if you know our listeners, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, we'll ask David F. Walker for a correct pronunciation on Twitter. Yeah.
Anyway, its whole goal is to steal these people because it wants a sample of that root.
Yeah, it's to be able to control the functionality of turning in and out of a Jinu, pretty much. A more evolved type of Jinu.
Right, they're trying to control it.
Yes, exactly. And the Sangris have the ability to do so. So yes, they fight, and then it kind of flashes over to another member of the Sangri family. Ford is his name, and he's like the badass gunslinger,
outlaw guy. Yeah.
And he has different motivations. He doesn't want to like help and save and convert the Jinn. He just wants to wipe them out.
Yeah.
So he's out on his own mission right now. He's at a clan meeting.
He's the other guy who's about ready to get lynched.
Yeah, he wipes. One of his this gentleman's getting fitting to get lynched, and he pretty much just wipes out this clan. And this character Johnny Ray Knox is like, you wiped out my brothers. And Ford's like, well, if you look at them, they're not necessarily your brothers anymore.
Right.
And then he realizes, like, oh shit, these were Jinu. And at that point, you kind of get like a little bit of a, like you're sensing there might be a little bit of a collaboration, partnership happening there. It's not nearly, the racial tension isn't as bad.
Right. This man hasn't committed any atrocities. That's why he wasn't changed into one of these goblin-looking fucks.
Right. So, yeah. And then that kind of carries on into, eventually those two, Ford realizes that Johnny Ray has some answers, and they team up at one, later on in the book.
If these guys were Jinnos, well, maybe I know where there might be more. Tells them, get in the truck.
Right. But then as Cullen and Berg get back to their little home sanctuary, their base. I don't know. I guess it's just their home.
Yeah, their shop.
Yeah.
Their base.
You look over and you realize that Berg has become a Jinu. And
yeah, he's transforming into something.
Yeah, and that's the final page, though. You're left on that cliffhanger. So yes, I very much like where this is going. It's got cool action in it. The story's awesome. It's not forcing anything down your fucking throat. It's just a cool fucking story.
I love the world building that they're developing. Yeah, I love these characters. I mean, mad props to the whole creative team. If you want a good indie title, this is high on the recommendation list so far. They show a lot of promise.
I like it. I like this Ford character a lot. I like that he's like, fuck turning them into shit. Like,
I'm loving the whole Sangri family right now. They all got their own personality. They've all got their own voice.
Right on. Yeah, absolutely. What you got?
Next up, again, I have to mention it because I'm reading it and I'm loving it. Infinite Dark. This is issue number 3. We've got Brian Cady, Andre Moody, and K. Michael Russell again. Cool. I guess continues to be this cosmic horror. This starts off where we left off in the last issue, which is we cut to this scientist who read the message left by the last techno-linguist, and the lights cut off. Well, now we show that there is chaos aboard the station. Again, the station, as we've read in the rest of the series, is the last bastion of humanity. That this is the end times. This isn't only the end of mankind, but there aren't even any stars left alive. This is a universe dying. So we get this hunt, and this scientist is playing with this other cop, pretty much, who's chasing her down, and she's just hacking his weapon and everything, and she's definitely in control. Very cool, calm, and collected. She knows that there is another entity, and she has to show the space station. It's the only answer. It's the only way to do it. Well, Diva catches up to him and takes her down. She has this long conversation of like, you know what's happening here. You want to show this to the rest of them. Well, I can't have that happen. So she arrests him. She's gets in contact with the head of command, the rest of the council. Says that, hey, take care of things. She gives this long monologue over the speaker. Says that, I know we fought. I know we haven't always been seen eye to eye with the rest of the command, but I did what I had to. This is goodbye. And it ends with her opening up the hatch to the void. And they hint this whole time that this creature that she sees is in the void. This is something that wants in. So she opens up the hatch, and it shows this light, and you see the silhouette of this creature again. It says, we need to talk.
Huh.
Again, I'm not really going to break this down panel to panel. It's a very quick read. It reads really easily. I love the art style. It's got a very simplistic color palette for most of it, but it really drives the story.
Yeah, creature looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. I like this art a lot. It's great.
Yeah, I don't know where this one's going to go. I don't know how long they're going to run this story. I'm not sure where else they have to take it, but I'm down for the ride. I'm loving it. It's definitely got that cosmic horror feel to it, very Aliens-esque.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Sweet. Next up from Image, we have Outer Darkness number 2 by John Layman and Afu Chan. What do you think of this one?
More great comic.
Yeah.
I will say this one wasn't quite as exhilarating as the first issue, but still very good. They're doing a lot of character development. They're doing a lot of world building.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely a book of character development for sure. You're realizing this captain is not the most responsible of captains. Maybe
he's a loose cannon.
But he's incredibly confident as well.
He is.
Incredibly confident.
He decides that the only way to really see what the crew is made of is not incident reports, it's not evaluation reports, it's to throw them into danger and see how they respond.
Yeah. And this is what it is, and then he pisses off the crew, and...
Oh yeah, but it's the one that hits him and the one that threatens him that he's not worried about. It's the ones that don't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. So
it ends off with him saying, we have to eliminate the first officer.
Yeah, it's interesting. I enjoyed it. It's a quick read. It's a quick read, for sure.
Yeah. What do you think about the art though?
The art, it's unique. It's cartoony but still proportionate.
It's not the standard comic book style I know you love, but this is right up my alley. It's very what's the word? Very vibrant, very expressive, and I love the color palette. They do a phenomenal job.
Well, I like non-traditional comic book style art for sure. Like I really like what Image does. Just like Gilroy and the folks doing Middle West, and like I like those more cartoony type of styles. This one is a very happy medium. Like I said, it's a very proportionate cartoony style.
Definitely.
The colors actually make that happen, is what that is. So yeah, you got to give it to the color artist on that one.
Yeah. They continue to impress me.
Yes.
What else you got?
Spawn Kills Everyone 2.
Yeah.
Part 1 of 4. Did you read this?
I did.
You did? Oh,
I did.
Cool. Sweet. I giggled a lot. This is a comedy. There's not a whole lot to really talk about in this, other than the fact that it's a very self-aware book. It's baby Spawn in a very self-aware world of comic books. You see everyone from Doctor Doom to Doctor Octopus. We get Doctor Fate and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
There's so many. I mean, so it's DC, Marvel.
It's a nod to comic books, for sure.
So baby Spawn, he's like sitting there irresponsibly just eating a bunch of junk food. And then he doesn't feel good, so he goes to the doctor, and the doctor's like, well, whatever's in you is like hard as a rock. I have no idea what it is.
Probably constipated. Here's some medicine.
Yeah, so Spawn goes home, and he sits in the tub, and he farts, and he's like, oh, I feel better. And then he farts again, and he was like, oh, shart. And so he goes to the toilet, and he's relieving himself, and then I realize that he's pooping out little baby spawns.
Yep. Mini spawns.
Yeah, so then he's overrun by all these little babies, and like, I can't take care of you, so he's just like being a horrible spawn dad. Baby spawn dad. Spawn baby dad? Baby spawn dad. Baby spawn dad.
Baby spawn baby dad.
Something like that. I don't know. So yeah, no, and then eventually he realizes that he's gotta go out and kill everyone.
He's like, I'm so far behind on my kill list this year.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, what did you think of this comic? How'd you like it?
Oh, this got me for all 4 issues for sure. I like stuff like this, man. I like a good self-aware, let's make fun of something horrific.
I definitely enjoyed it, but it was not the comic I thought I was getting into.
No, were you expecting more of like a Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe?
I was thinking this grim, brutal Spawn.
Yeah, no.
But I love that Todd McFarlane can have fun with it.
Yeah, I can honestly say that that's exactly what I was expecting was...
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah, like, not this, the opposite. Like,
right.
Not what I was expecting at all. This was a pleasant surprise, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Speaking of pleasantries...
Murder Falcon, you read this one, right?
I did. Yeah,
All right.
You got me hooked on this one.
I'm excited to see what you think about this one.
On my full list, I own this book. Murder Falcon #3 by Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer. The cover by Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer. And this book, it's... Let's talk about this. You read this, right?
I did. Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, this is more of an emotional story. Where we see, it's a flashback of our main character. What's his name? Jake? Jake, yes.
Jake what? I don't remember your last name.
Yeah, I forget his last name.
Oh, yeah. So start off with Jake, and it shows him, again, his girlfriend getting the brain cancer, saying that, they have to do something quickly, and everything fades away, and this gives it the depth of the oh shitness that it deserves. And we cut to him showing up to practice for a band, and band's replaced him, saying, oh, well, we know that you've got some stuff to do. You skipped out on the gig last week. This is just temporary. And we show him destroying his guitar. We know now how it was broken. He smashes it into the speaker.
Yeah, man.
But these guys, they're building up a super team. They've got a whole band they have to make for all these super creatures to save the world. And they need a drummer.
Yes, they do.
He can only think of one drummer.
Yep. Oh, man. It's, what is Jimmy is the drummer's name.
Yep.
And it's so cool. Like when they go out and they do their battle thing, you got, I'm gonna keep calling it Thunder Chicken, but it's fucking
Murder Falcon.
Murder Falcon. He's powered by the band. And
powered by the Power Shred.
Yeah, the Power Shred. That's what it is. And these action sequences are so fucking rock and roll.
They're so entertaining. They are so metal.
The
cheesiest way possible.
The hair, this is why I read comic books, man. This is it right here. This is amazing. It has my name all over it. So it's weird that I didn't write this. I don't think I could. I know I couldn't write it this well. So Jimmy, I like that there's a moment where, like, you know, sometimes the drummer just needs a solo.
Yeah, so they give her this golden drum set with jetpacks.
Yep.
She just goes on, boom, 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 big old solo.
Epic fucking showdown, man.
Right, she summons this giant oceanic leviathan, just swallows this monster whole.
Yep.
But somebody's watching. Our big bad boy, Magnum Chaos, decides he needs to summon something. So he flicks open this eyelid, pokes this eye button thing, and summons this giant monstrosity.
Yeah, it's like a sea spider of sorts.
A giant crab spider thing, definitely.
Yeah, this is amazing, man. The character design in this, the action, the pacing of the story. Everything about this is amazing, and it's got everything from comedy to it touches on shit like depression and loss and all of that.
Definitely, it's got a real story, but it's delivered in this very vibrant, fun fashion. Everything about this book has been so entertaining. It just gets better and better with every issue for me. It's the little details they show that really seal it for me.
Agreed. And I'm sorry, every single panel where they're like jamming out, rocking out, it's
phenomenal, definitely.
I spend extra time on those pages.
The windswept hair, the little metal accents everywhere. Yeah, love it. You got anything else from Image this week?
No other indies at all. Do you?
Read a couple things, but we've got so much other stuff to talk about. Marvel was a big week this week. Let's go ahead and cut into Marvel.
Yeah, for sure. This was one I was mighty excited for, and as it got closer and closer to me getting the opportunity to read this, I got more and more excited.
Oh yeah, you saw the movie.
Yeah, so I watched the movie, so it was... This is awesome. It slightly ties into the Spider-Geddon event, but no, I take that back.
This takes place after it.
Yeah, this is after. It's touched on. But
right, he just got back from that.
Right, yeah. So, Miles Morales, Spider-Man #1, or 241 in legacy numbering, by Saladin Ahmed, art by Javier Garron, and David Curiel doing the colors. This may be the next big dream team of creators, especially with a title like Miles Morales, big boots to fill with Brian Michael Bendis. And the cover by Brian Steelfreeze is awesome too. I think it plays a very great tone to this character. Like, this is a great issue #1 cover. I like it.
Love
it's not too busy, but at the same time incredibly detailed.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's crazy.
It doesn't pull away from our main man Miles right in the center.
No, it doesn't. And honestly, this is just a quick little take on what Miles Morales is now.
Yeah, it's a good introduction of him, what's up with his life, and
his family is aware of his identity. Mm-hmm. So that's an interesting concept here.
He's dating a girl.
Yeah, you get a little
talk about how he gets his powers.
Yeah. You get action, you get fighting, so you show his capabilities, and my favorite part is my favorite Spider-Man villain shows up, and that's Rhino.
Yeah.
And not only does he show up, they team up.
Well, after he whoops Miles' butt.
Oh yeah, well naturally, dude, it's Rhino.
Yeah.
Rhino's my dude.
But Rhino actually has nothing to do with this robbery. He's looking for his little niece.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is it's just a coincidence. Well, not necessarily a coincidence, but yeah, no, it's by act of fate that those two, naturally they fight when they're in
they have a common objective.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, they team up, and I like the dynamic between the two. And then they realize that one of the folks that they're fighting like these little robotic dudes.
One of them is Eduardo, which is Miles' girlfriend's cousin.
Yes. So then you start to see that we got some sort of abduction, brainwashing business happening here. So this is a great first issue. It's got what you would want out of a Spider-Man book. It's very I would say it's good Silver Age Spider-Man is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to know too much about this character just to get a good rundown of who he is, where life is going, and boom, plot hook. Now we have a story to drive to.
Yep.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
The art is great, for sure.
Yeah. A+ for Saladin Ahmed and crew. You got me hooked. I dig your work. This next book caught me by surprise. There's fixing to be a wedding happening in the next Fantastic Four books. In the meantime, we got a Fantastic Four wedding special with a barrage of creators. Dan Slott does the story. Gail Simone does the big, I don't say the big story, but the longer story. Fred Hembeck's in there. Bunch of artists. Laura Braga, Mark Buckingham. There's a whole bunch of them. I don't have the breath for it. So, this is the Bachelorette party, is what this is.
Right.
Now, anybody that knows me knows that...
You're not the romance guy.
No. And I'm definitely not a Bachelorette party type of guy. That's for fucking sure. So it starts out, you get this page of these mysterious green-gloved hands reminiscing about Jennifer Walters and Mole Man. So there's some tension going on here with some past thing, and then you just forget about it because we're fixing to have a wedding.
Yeah, we join up with Alicia and Miss Fantastic.
Yeah, we're over at 4 Yancey Street, the new headquarters of the Fantastic Four, as we learned in the last issue. So we got a whole group of girls here. We got Medusa. We have Crystal, who is Medusa's sister. Jennifer Walters is involved. And Johnny Storm has an awkward moment because Johnny Storm has dated both Medusa and Crystal. That was a fun little thing going on in Inhumans. Uncanny Inhumans. Fun Charles Soule story. Took place about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Good 11 issues. But yeah, no, that was a little funny love triangle going on there. Awkward! And we get that awkward moment revisited, so I like how they touched on that. Their limo driver turns out to be a kind of important character in a way. He's kind of like the catalyst to the end of the movie. But we also have fucking Invisible Woman is involved, obviously. She's in the Bachelorette party. So they're all in a limo. They go to this mill strip club, and at this point, I should have
took a blind girl to see some strippers.
Yeah, it's funny, but they explain how they make that work, though.
Sure.
So yeah.
But usually you're not supposed to touch. So.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't really touch him so much as she does
the
strip
Iron Man
him.
Suit. Right.
Yeah.
Click.
But it's the dialogue in this book that has me absolutely sold. These girls are Me Tooing the shit out of these poor strippers.
They just want to have a good night and make it rain.
With this paper currency. The currency paper is Medusa. I brought many units of their currency paper to make it rain.
Right.
It's just the dialogue in this is so hilarious. Jennifer Walters loses her shit because seemingly Mole Man shows up and crashes the party.
Right.
And it's not Mole Man, it's Mole Girl, woman, who's trying to win over the affection of Mole Man.
Right, trying to get back his passion because he's turned a cold shoulder on her.
Right, and everyone's very confused because they're like, wait a second, you hate him. And she's like, yeah, but because he can't stand me, kind of want his bones now, so I need to go on and do this.
I need to get back his affection.
Right, so she invades this strip club in order to do that.
Right.
Which I found odd. I'm mostly getting back at Jennifer Walters.
Of his arch nemesis.
Right. And as it turns out, Mole Man isn't so arch nemesis-y in this situation. No. As a matter of fact, he's rather
he believes in love. He says that I live in a cavern void from humans, and even I found somebody to love me. I believe everybody should have this. And he gifts them a bag of diamonds.
And that was really cool. As a matter of fact, that's actually the point that sold me in this story, was Mole Man doing that. I was like, besides all the witty dialogue and all of that, this is... You made me like a genre of story I don't like.
Right.
Like, I don't like this shit. But this was great.
You like this?
I did.
Yeah, awesome.
So...
Wow,
yeah.
Brian Wayne loving a romance story?
Yeah, I mean, She-Hulk goes unleashed, and she throws down some funny lines. Her one-liners are crazy, too. Hulk was going to make it rain, and how stupid mole men spoil intimate and tasteful sex dance. Like, they made Hulk, Jennifer Walters, or She-Hulk really dumb, but I think I like it.
All these ladies were very well written.
Yes. And very much in their own voice too.
All very individual,
yeah,
for sure.
Gail Simone knows what she's doing. There's a reason why she's probably the top-rated fucking female comic book writer in the world ever.
No,
because she knows what the fuck she's doing, for sure. But then we get another story here written by Dan Slott, and it's pretty much him trying. He's visiting the cell of the Puppet Master, which is
Alicia's stepfather.
Alicia's stepfather, yeah. And he's going to ask for his
blessing.
Blessing, that's the word. And by and large, over a few pages, you get a little bit of tension and all of that. But long story short, he says yes.
He does.
But why does he say yes?
Right, it just seems like a happy story. Ben's all happy. Says, "Hey, we got a wedding more than ever."
Yeah, he comes home. He's like, "Hey, look what the fuck is happening!
Time to celebrate. Let's go, baby."
Yeah.
Sure, I'm just tidying up as she places one of his magic clays in a container.
That's shaped like Puppet Master himself. Yeah. So yeah, she manipulated that whole situation. Then we get a third story in the back that's very, very fucking non-traditional.
Very
story.
Sunday funny pages.
Yes. And it is more Puppet Master, pretty much going on about how he's going to try to ruin the wedding.
Right.
And Ben is oblivious to this, because he's still going on calling him Dad, because, Dan Slott's story ended with him calling him son, and...
Right.
So, this writer definitely played into what happened in the last issue, but being that clearly wasn't Puppet Master that gave him the blessing, like, it makes sense for Puppet Master to actually have, different motives for this wedding.
Oh, sure.
But Marvel promised, and they promised.
No gimmicks.
This wedding is going to happen in issue 650 of Fantastic Four. So, I give you permission to ravage the streets of Marvel if Ben and Alicia, what's her name, goddammit? Alicia don't get married. This will happen, guys. I know it's been a tough year for weddings, but this is one that it would be stupid. I don't say silly.
They're making a big deal that this is gonna happen. They're dissing DC.
Well, they're dissing themselves, because they did one too. They fucked up.
Who
Colossus and Kitty Pryde had a wedding thing this year.
Oh, really?
And that didn't happen.
Oh, boy.
And instead, in that issue, instead of the wedding issue of Colossus and Kitty Pryde, that was supposed to be parodying, or not necessarily parodying, it literally came out within 2 weeks of each other, the Batman wedding and this. Like, I thought that they would be, like, poking fun at it. Then, Gambit and Rogue get married in that same, and the fucking...
Well, somebody got married then.
Yeah, but no one gives a fuck about Gambit and Rogue getting married. Like,
man.
Like, everyone knows that's not gonna last. Like, that is not I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but to me, that is not, like, the relationship that needs to be. Like, Gambit's a fucking player, let him go out, and, like, to me, he's much more interesting being a fucking player than he is being a goddamn house husband.
Sure, but how many years have they done that? Maybe it's time for them to rein him in.
Yeah, well, fucking, we're gonna get a goddamn wedding, and this was a great wedding special book. We're also going to get the bachelor party in that same issue.
So this will be Ben's turn.
Yeah, and then we'll get the wedding.
Okay.
Because after this is all said and done, I was like, hey, how come we just get a bachelorette party? Like, that's what's going on here? And then
Ben, the old-fashioned fuddy-duddy. Like, what kind of bachelor party is he gonna have?
Johnny Storm's his fucking brother.
Ooh, well, alright, yeah, you got me there.
Yeah,
alright.
It's about to get crazy. So yes, no, I enjoyed this book very much. So moving along, Amazing Spider-Man number 11, Legacy numbering 812, Nick Spencer, Ryan Ottley, Cliff Rathburn, and Laura Martin, covered by Ryan Ottley and Laura Martin.
Great cover.
Great fucking cover. I love me a J. Jonah Jameson story, or as I like to call him, J3. Just kidding. I only sometimes call him that. Because that's his helicopter. It says J3 on his helicopter. But, yeah, no. That's an inside thing. So, fucking Spider-Man is a goddamn hero, says J. Jonah Jameson for the first time ever. On the radio, screaming into a microphone.
Why is that?
Well, he doesn't have the paper anymore, and the events that took place in Dan Slott's final issues, Spider-Man revealed his identity to J. Jonah, and that's kind of why we had the whole Red Goblin thing, because Osborn had a clue to Spider-Man with Jameson. And Jameson gives away the whatever. So at this point, it's a matter of who owes who. Jameson thinks that Spider-Man owes him. Spider-Man thinks that Jameson owes him. So yeah, Jameson is going off, but in the same time, he's trying to, now that he doesn't have the paper and he's on the radio, he's trying to give praises to Spider-Man now, but he still does it in a very J. Jonah Jameson in-your-face fucking way.
Of course.
Oh, did you read this?
No,
okay,
but, gotcha. I know the character.
Yeah, they even say it's like same Jonah Jameson dance, different song. Like, he goes... So then he randomly gets off the air, and he gets this invitation from the Kingpin to be honored as a broadcaster for the last 20 years of service and blah blah blah. And he's actually, at the time he gets the invitation, he's going on about how big of a piece of shit Fisk is as a mayor. And they get the thing, and he's like, as I was saying, Fisk is amazing. But part of the stipulation is that because Fisk knows that Jameson and Spider-Man are buddy-buddy now, Fisk is like, well, I'm going to be at the thing, but I'm not going to be the one presenting you the award. I need Spider-Man to present you the award. So, it's a trap, obviously. So, Jameson, he gets on the air, and he, like, publicly says that, Spider-Man, this is what's happening, and...
Be there, be square.
Yeah, and... pretty much, and Spider-Man shows up, but not to help him. He shows up to tell him no. And then that's when you have this awkward moment, because he's telling him no, like, as Jameson's going into the ceremony. Like, he's on the red carpet getting out of the limo. And Spider-Man's like, I'm not helping you. Like, and the Jameson's like, we gotta talk over here, Spider-Man. So they go off kind of around the corner, and that's when it's like, I'm pretty sure you fucking owe me, and all this other shit. And Spider-Man's like, look, dude, I'm not helping out the Kingpin. And they have this really cool shot where, like, they're explaining all of this, and in the background, like, you see this billboard of the Kingpin, and the next panel is Spider-Man going, why do you keep looking behind me? And it's a different shot of the same billboard with Kingpin's arm around Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's going on as to how much, he would never work with Kingpin and all this other shit. And then the next shot is an even bigger distant shot of the full shot of the billboard with Spider-Man saying, I love Kingpin.
Oh no!
Re-elect Mayor Fisk. And Spider-Man's like, it's fucking Photoshop, man. Like, this isn't, I'm not helping.
Nobody's gonna fall for that.
Right. So, and in that moment, they get bombarded by these three evildoers known as the Enforcers, and there's some old school Spidey guys, and Spidey is like, dude, I whooped these guys like way back when I was like beginning to be a hero. I should be able to take these guys easily.
Oh yeah?
But Jameson is too much of a distraction, so the two, Spidey and Jameson, both get tied up and taken back to see old fucking Scorpion waiting for him, and he's got a bunch of goons. So this is a great little Spider-Man tale. J. Jonah Jameson action. Like, I like the camaraderie between those two, even though they're still, like, they're okay with each other.
Frenemies?
Yeah, they're frenemies now, exactly.
Huh.
You know, it's a cool dynamic.
That's not going to last long, I'm sure.
No, I have a feeling that Nick Spencer is going to undo a lot of Dan Slott's stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Gonna see a new side?
Yeah, and yeah, we've already started to see. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that book very, very much.
Very cool.
Yes. Moving along, X-23 number 7. Another book that I am thoroughly enjoying. The last one was like a quick little 21 Jump Street type of story. This one is more Laura and Gabby at their best.
Yeah, I know you're a huge fan, so tell me all about it.
Yeah, the arc of this story is X-Assassin Part 1. The writer is Mariko Tamaki, penciler Diego Olartegui. Walden Wong is the inker, and Chris O'Halloran is the colorist, and the cover artist is Ashley Witter, and she has been doing a phenomenal job with these fucking covers, man. All of them have been amazing.
Yeah, I like that shot of Laura in the scope.
Mm-hmm. So, this one right here is, there's 3 scientists of different fields that have all turned up murdered, and at this point, because of the agreement that Jean has with the X-Mansion being in Central Park now, mutants are now at police disposal if need be, and it's kind of a public service they're doing.
Oh, okay.
To help out the low police force and the police, or the city, allowing them to have the X-Mansion in the Central Park.
Being a commodity to their communities.
Yes, it's you claw my back, I'll scratch your type of thing. So, you like that?
I do.
So yeah, they're investigating these three murders, and I just kind of divert from the story a little bit. Fucking the random Gabby moments again continue to impress. And this one, while they're explaining out the thick of the story and the scientists, it's shots of Gabby getting gelato and all this stuff, waiting in a New York line. And while she's sitting on a bench getting the gelato, this random fucking idiot walks by and he like litters, and she's like, "Hey, no littering." And the guy's like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And she looks up with her smile, and her exact words, "Why don't you mind your own business?" And she says, "Because some of us are strong enough and full enough of rage to do terrible things to men who walk and talk to us that way." And he's just like, "Oh, you're yeah." He's just
little girl.
He picks up the fucking bottle and just throws it away, and she's like, "Yeah." And that's when she gets the call. She's like, "Alright, well, we think we have the target for the 4th scientist possibly, so let's go make sure that this guy's cool." So they set it up to where Laura is actually in position of the scientist, so that whoever is attacking the scientist is going to run into Laura instead. Meanwhile, Gabby is watching from a distance, and the most Gabby of fucking manners. God damn, I love the way. I was worried. Like, now that X-Men Red is done, I'm like, where am I going to get my Gabby?
Yeah.
Well, I forgot. We still have X-23, and X-23 is just, it's not a Laura book. Where there's Laura, there's Gabby. I've still got my Gabby. Good. I got my honey badger. She is easily becoming my favorite fucking thing.
So what does she do here?
Well, she's seeing that this character that's getting ready to invade this, well, jump in on Laura, is this somewhat robotic type of character. They think it's a robotic, not cyborg, but android type of thing. And when it does in fact invade in on Laura, Laura's like, "Oh, this shit's actually kind of strong." Gabby's like finishing her gelato. She's like, "Okay, I'm on my way." Just like,
right.
I got this shit.
Sure.
So they show up, and then between the two, they subdue it, but they realize that this thing is not just an android. Like, after they unmask it, they realize that it's a clone of one of them in a cyborg type of fashion. So they're like, "Oh shit, they're one of us." So after they have it all subdued, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with it at this point. And Gabby's like, this is practically our sister. And Laura's like, but did you see? You know, like, just because it's our clone doesn't mean it's all that great. Like,
right.
We just went through and had to fuck up a bunch of our sisters, you know, put them in their place. They're cool now, but let's not just, like, automatically be their friends, you know?
Right. Can't just say hi with a hug in this one.
Right, right. So, you know, they have Beast in on this, too, with his science-y brain and all of that. And, then they get invaded by these people that are apparently after this new villain character type of thing, and that's where the story ends. So they're torn. Do we let them take it? Is this our sister? How do we act in the situation? And it's fucking awesome. Gabby, or Honey Badger, is, like I said, I think she's the greatest thing to happen in Marvel characters since Miles Morales in 2011. Like, she is the fucking shit. She brings an incredible dynamic to teams. She is being the youngest one, always the youngest one. She is always the voice of reason, the voice of logic.
But still,
she
like
has
this,
the answer.
She's also got this ignorant bliss to her.
Yes. She's a kid.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you don't feel pain, like, she doesn't have the ability to feel pain. So what is there to fear? Like, let me just tra la 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 through the fucking world. Like, she's got it by the balls, man. She's great, and I think that's why she has an up on every other Wolverine genetic type of character out there. It's because there is no pain. She's always the one to be like, I'll go. Like, it's cool. I'll be fine. I regenerate faster than everyone.
It's a carefree attitude.
Yes, it's
not cool.
But she's smart too. Like, she's ignorant, but she learns quick. And,
right.
And like, there's always a lesson to be learned with her.
I don't mean ignorant as in stupid, but
no.
Like,
well, no. When you're young, you're ignorant. Like, that's
oblivious to the world.
Oblivious
kind of.
is a good word too. So yes, no. X-23 is becoming my favorite. Excuse me, fucking Bailey's, or St. Brennan's, whatever we're drinking, coming back up on me. That's a good book. That's a good book. I suggest.
Keep it on good books. You want to run through this next one?
I mean, yes, absolutely. This book is amazing. I've been waiting a while for it on account of how 700 left us. We're at 701 now, or 11. Avengers, written by Jason Aaron, Scott Hanna, Carl Kessel, color by Eric Arcienega, and Ed McGuinness and Matt Marte did the cover. This book, it starts off with Coulson in a cryptic manner, holding a gun, seemingly having a conversation with someone. Don't know who this someone is. Right. And then it just jumps into, they're back, Avengers being Avengers, or not necessarily. They're at Avengers Mountain, the new headquarters. And it's Captain Marvel grilling Robbie Reyes, telling him he needs to study up his villains. Like, even knowing the smallest thing, like the fact that she knew the Stiltman had this kind of hydraulic system could have possibly saved her life. Like, these are
and his weakness is he was on fucking stilts.
Yeah. And meanwhile, she's like going through the Hell Charger, like under the hood, and he was like,
if it's going to be in our base, I want to know what this thing has.
And he was like, I don't know if I'd be dicking around with that. I tried to change, and she's like, you've never changed the oil? He's like, well, when I did, it like almost ate my hand.
Right.
She's like, I don't know if I'd be under the hood. And she's like, oh, yeah, no, if it's going to be in here, I need to know if there's a glove compartment in the hell. And he's like, no, that's in the trunk. She's like, these are things I need to know.
That can come in useful.
Yeah, you're a fucking Avenger. Like, a portal of hell?
I could use that.
Yeah, I could use that. I love that there. And and he's like, still a young guy. So he's like, you can't bother Hulk and Thor right now. They're out on a
I've already
mission.
Proved I'm a hero, though.
Right. Like a typical teenager.
Right.
Or young adult. And she's like going through, like, Black Panther is in this meeting. Thor and She-Hulk are on a special important mission.
Right.
Cap and Iron are doing Cap and Iron things.
Right. So you really can't bother anybody. Just sit here by yourself and study.
Right. And then you realize that the mission that Jennifer and Odin's son are on is a date, sucker, and it ain't going good.
They go to the primal world, or where do they go again?
Yeah, and it's just Thor being like, hey, I bet you I can lift that mountain there, check out my arms and strength and whatnot.
Good meat in dinosaur battles, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, and Jennifer's like, I'm pretty sure that you just want to date She-Hulk.
Like, yeah, did you mean to ask out the Hulk?
Yeah, and then she takes off, and then we
tries to.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get back to that. And then we get to the meeting that T'Challa's doing, and he's holding pretty much, it's like the UN of heroes. It's got fucking what's his name? Sunfire from Japan, Arabian Night, Sabra, Captain Britain, which I think is a big deal to be an Avengers book right now, actually, and Ursus. So the dynamic here is they're holding this meeting, and Ursus is just being a fucking cuckold. He's not being nice at all.
Well, of course, that's true to character.
Right, and then you know, he ends up kind of getting more and more aggressive in the meeting, and then, you know, he eventually he tries to provoke an attack from T'Challa.
Rushes him,
and then T'Challa just like beams him out, Scotty.
Very, very calmly.
Right.
Very T'Challa.
And everyone's like, so how about Ursus and this team? And T'Challa's like, well, obviously. He's like, I thought they were gonna send fucking what's his name? Oh shit, what's his name? He says his name. Crimson Dynamo instead.
Oh, right.
But by them sending Ursus instead tells me that we do not have the Soviets on our side.
They sent a message. They knew he wouldn't be on our side. They didn't take us seriously.
Right. So then it kind of, you know, you get more from the date, and Thor ends up winning over She-Hulk. And I'm actually kind of okay with that. I like that.
That's a good matchup. I think that could be a fun writing.
Yes.
But we get back to the meat and potatoes of this comic book.
Which we actually forgot was meat and potatoes, because it's very in the beginning, but it was a huge part of the last issue. But there was a lot going on in that last issue.
It was, but man, like, this is just a different side of Coulson that we've never seen before. I really like this.
Now, do you think that this is actually Coulson?
I do. I do believe this is Coulson, for sure.
He was supposed to be dead. You think it's a Skrull or something like that, man?
You know, I don't know. I haven't the faintest idea, and I love that.
Well, let us explain or talk about why we think this might not be Coulson, because he's fucking...
Oh, you don't think it's Coulson, huh?
No, well... Why I don't think it's Coulson.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Well, it's just... This
isn't the side of Coulson we've seen before.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. He's... Well, if it could definitely be Coulson, or not definitely. It could be Coulson, but it's not the Coulson that died, if that makes sense. Like, as far as mentally, how do I? You know what the fuck I'm saying.
How many times has Coulson died?
I don't know. He got killed off in Secret War, and he's got a little fucking hard on for killing Deadpool too, because not only.
Well, Deadpool did kill him. I mean.
Yeah,
tit for tat.
along with his car. Like, that's...
right.
that's
his car.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know, Secret Wars was a...
I just love the scene of him burning the Captain America card, though. It's very provocative.
Yeah, so he's talking to this unknown figure, and I thought I might have an idea who it was, but I really don't. Like, I know who it's not.
We know it's another agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm pretty sure it's an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Because Coulson thinks that he's a double. I mean, he's a traitor.
Yes.
Secret agent inside the secret agency.
Right, and, well, there's actually even a part during he goes on to explain, the Squadron Supreme being involved in shit now, and that actually goes back to, the T'Challa meeting, when he was like, well, we were fighting Namor, and the other Avenger team, I forgot their name.
Right, they took down Namor's
something
goons.
Came in, and...
they want to know what happened in Alaska.
Right, and Shaw's like, for the first time, I mean, this is like, not for the first time, he's like, this isn't something I say often. He's like, I don't know what that was.
I have no clue.
And then Coulson explains that was actually Squadron Supreme swooping in real quick and fast, taking care of business.
Their first test mission.
Yep. And they passed with flying colors, apparently.
They did.
So, the Squadron Supreme are about to get involved in a way, and for whatever... Coulson, long story short, takes out this guy. He...
Blam, blam, blam.
He questions him, and then the guy even goes as far as to say, he's like, I've been untied out of this chair, just hoping not to kill you for like, the last 10 minutes now. And Coulson was like, oh shit, lights! And he just fucking caps him.
Right.
So he realized as soon as the guy's untied, he's like, I can't give this guy a jump. So whoever this is, I mean...
I don't even think there's that much time. I think Coulson was in charge the whole time. I think...
But I don't know, his just reaction, like, the way it's drawn... There is definitely a sense of surprise there. Like, he didn't think that he was going to be like, oh, I've been untied. Just that right before he calls out for the lights, he wasn't expecting to have to react in that manner as quickly as he did. I think he had I think he feels like he had a few more moments to toy with whoever this person was.
He was in control.
But he pops him more than once. I mean, there's a smoking gun going on, so... I don't know what's happening here. I don't.
I love this. I mean, I really want to dive in and see where Coulson's going. This is a side we haven't seen before.
This is a very broad story, because they even mentioned Blade is, in fact, in Avengers... or not necessarily custody, but
he's in the tower.
Company
he's healing up
right now.
Right.
He's in Avengers company right now. So Blade's gonna get involved. Squadron Supreme's gonna get involved. Coulson's unhinged, killing motherfuckers. This is good stuff.
I'm enjoying the Avengers. It's been good stuff, and it's tying in with one of my favorite boys, Captain America, which we'll talk about next week.
Yeah, yes we will. X-Men Red, number 11. This is the end of X-Men Red, as I've been expressing my fear for. It's been a great run. Tom Taylor, you did an amazing job, Diego. Roger Antonio and Rain Barreto with the cover by Jenny Frison. This has been a great 11-part run. It's been an awesome team, a fun team. The last team that Honey Badger's on. Gambit's not on a team right now. So this is them finishing out their war against Cassandra Nova.
Right.
Yeah, and this is 20 pages of that. Once again, Gabby saves the day. Punches a hole through fucking this character's head, for lack of better words.
Right.
The one that Cassandra's possessed by, and plans Bite Sentinel technology in there to where now whenever she's around the mutants, she can now sense or feel something she's never felt before, and that's empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much how they win this 11-part story. And then the final part is Jean Grey hosting a news conference along with the Avengers by their side, declaring humans and mutants are and should be cool with each other.
Yep.
So you get this whole touching...
No more them versus us. It's now just us.
Yep. So I like the way Tom Taylor went out with this. You know, it was a great story. I'm sad it came to an end, but we still got some of these characters out doing things. Obviously, Storm, Jean Grey, Laura, and Nightcrawler are all part of the Uncanny. Gambit he has Mr. and Mrs. X going on, so that's where you'll find him. But Trinary isn't a part of a team anymore, and who was our other fellow? Gentle isn't a part of a team anymore. So hopefully we get some cameo appearances by them. But yes, X-Men Red, good job, Tom Taylor. Last but not least, Uncanny X-Men number 5, Legacy 624.
Continues to be amazing.
Yes, it is. Part 5 of the weekly 10-part series. Ed Brisson, Matthew Rosenberg, Kelly Thompson, R.B. Silva, Adriano Di Benedetto, and Rachel Rosenberg. Cover by Elizabeth Torque once again. So you read this one as well, right?
I did.
Picking up where we left off, pretty much.
Yep, exactly where we left off.
Cool. So yeah, now we're the team is still split up in two different parts, correct?
Yep.
The art in this is just it's awesome. We get Kitty Pryde, Apocalypse, and X-Men conversations.
Yep, fighting for their life.
Yep, X-Men still trying to explain himself as to...
Right.
Yeah.
This is a council. He's taken 3 people with vastly different ideals, and he's taking suggestions. How do we save this planet? And Apocalypse says, if you see yourself as a god, well, as do I. Yet, you let these people worship false idols, so he suggests that he eradicates all houses of worship.
Yeah.
Which he does.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the 4 Horsemen of Peace. Or is that how they explain themselves? Salvation?
The 4 Horsemen is Blob, Omega Red, Angel, and Magneto.
But they're the 4 Horsemen of... What do they call themselves? Salvation, yeah. 4 Horsemen of Salvation.
Right.
So... Yeah, no, it's... This is just a very great continuation of the story that's playing through right now. Beast has some stuff going on. There's... what is it that's missing? There's a vaccine.
One of his serums is gone.
Yeah. And if you had to guess, who do you think that little person is? Right here, still.
I kind of want to guess that it's Glob.
Think so?
I don't know. I mean, just because of the feet, it just looks like very Glob-esque. And then that's straight who they cut to.
I feel like it's a short person, a small person.
It could be, because Glob is way big.
Yeah,
so.
Glob's big. You know who I think it is?
Who do you think?
I think it's Gabby.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think she's doing with it?
I don't know, but she's always got the fucking answer.
Always
man.
up to something, huh?
Yeah.
I just wishful thinking. You want Honey Badger to be in it.
I want Honey Badger to be an uncanny X-Men so bad.
We'll see
man.
if you get your wish.
I don't know. We'll see. Every time I ask every week. I tweet fucking Matthew Rosenberg and Ed Brisson and Kelly Thompson. I'm like, Honey Badger? And
someday.
Yeah.
Someday.
So yeah, and then this was my favorite part of the book is when Legion meets up with Jamie.
Right.
And you get the little confrontation there, and it's awkward.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I had to do this, but I had to save the world, and hey, no, you don't get to touch me.
Yeah. But he's like, well, what does he say? He's like, oh, you kidnapped and chained me up. And he's like, oh, I assure you, I only intended to. Like, I love that dialogue. I only intended to.
Great dialogue.
It's, yeah, good stuff. And Legion hooks his little brain up to Cerebro.
Looking for somebody.
And finds him. Whoever that somebody is.
Yeah, well, that's where our young team is heading off to.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, or half of the team, is out fighting Magneto, and...
Magneto's not really even doing anything. He's just kind of...
Yeah.
Sitting there. They're in the middle of this battle. He just used all of their guns to make this really cheesy statue, but we do get a really badass fight scene between Psylocke and Angel.
It is a great badass fight scene. As a matter of fact, it triggers Angel into something...
Dark Angel?
That's good, man. It's
yeah.
good.
It looks fucking badass.
Oh, this story's so good.
Yeah, I don't know where they're taking all this, but I am enjoying the read.
I am enjoying the shit out of Uncanny X-Men. And you know how hard it is to put out a weekly story that gets consistently better?
Definitely.
Usually weekly stories are dreaded because they're rushed and, the art is inconsistent or whatever. This is not the case.
I think there was a lot of planning on this one for sure. And we got 5 more weeks of the weekly issue, and then it'll just be bi-weekly?
I bet you it goes monthly.
Monthly?
Yeah.
Right on. That'll be good for my wallet.
Yes. So that is all we had to talk about as far as stories go. This is the part where we appreciate the front of the books. This is wall books this week, and there was some good stuff.
Books you take off the wall to put on your wall.
Yeah, that's right, man. I have a whole collection, especially now that DC is doing these semi-virgin variants, and they just keep getting me every week.
So pretty.
The first one was Justice League Dark number 6, the Clayton Crane variant.
Oh, that's a beautiful cover. I love that.
It is, man. You got Swamp Thing and Zatanna, and it's good stuff.
I love that Swamp Thing. That's good art.
The other one was a Batman Who Laughs variant. There was 2 of these actually, but one of them I bought the blank variant because I got a guy that is gonna do something awesome for it. But Greg Capullo did the other. And then the last one was Suicide Squad 49, Francesco Mattina.
Oh, would you look at that?
Would you look at that, indeed. So yeah, those were my favorite books. I bought just strictly for the cover. I think I actually read all these books as well, except for Suicide Squad. Not reading Suicide Squad, but as long as Mattina keeps doing covers, I'm gonna keep buying them. I think at this point now I probably have about 11 issues of Suicide Squad I can read. It's because of Mattina. I bought all the variants. Yeah, about 11 issues I think.
He's gonna make you a fan.
We'll see. We shall see. Did you have any cover books or anything like that?
No, just...
What about your cover of the week? What did you just like for cover of the week?
Cover of the week? Man, it's a hard one. I really liked Outer Darkness this week. I just love that scene. But, best art? Man, that's hard to say.
Yeah.
Man, when you make me pick between art, it's not so easy for me. I guess I'd have to give it to Batman Damned this week for the best cover. It was just, and I'm gonna have to give that one the best cover and the best art.
Yeah, Bermejo also has my interiors too. But my cover of the week goes to Clayton Crane with Justice League number 6, or Justice League Dark number 6. My bad. My book of the week goes to The Wedding Special, man.
The Wedding Special. Brian Lane is picking The Wedding Special as his book of the week.
Yeah, Avengers was a close second. Murder Falcon, very close third to that. But no, The Wedding Special, only because it was a surprise, or not, probably because it was a bigger surprise than anything. I went in with super low expectations, and not that I have anything against Dan Slott or Gail Simone by any means. Like, they're some of my favorites. It's just not my cup of tea for styles, but I like this. It's good.
I have to give my read of the week is going to go to the Batman Annual, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
there was some
such
great
a well-written Alfred, and I loved it. It was good.
Awesome, man. Yeah. No, that was... Fuck. It's hard to believe that was probably my 4th favorite.
I really thought that would be your favorite. Wow. How the tides have turned.
Yeah. I mean, I love Alfred. I love Tom Taylor. So I mean, math on paper says that would be my favorite book this week. But
yeah, you know what? As somebody who, I guess not just recently, but only a couple months into getting back into comic books, Tom Taylor's quickly become a favorite of mine.
Yeah, I'm very anxious to read Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man when it comes out here in a few weeks.
Definitely.
Because it's again, not my type of style of story, but when you put a superstar fucking writer on there, like, you can really turn me. That's how Superman got me.
Yeah, these creators are pumping out some amazing work.
Yep, that's how you do it.
Well, shall we get into the comics that we'll pick up next week?
Absolutely, yeah, there's a little bit to talk about next week. Let's start out with Aquaman, number 43. He's got a movie coming out, might as well have a comic book too. Kelly Sue DeConnick, Robson Rocha, and Daniel Henriquez. You reading Aquaman at all?
I'm not yet.
No, I'm thinking about it. I
You'll
read
have to
the
let me know,
earlier part of Rebirth. I read the earlier part. I enjoyed it a lot.
I did catch quite a bit of the 52 Aquaman, and I really liked that.
Yeah? Right on. Next up is Batman Kings of Fear, number 5. Scott Peterson and Kelly Jones. I am reading this.
Cool.
Next up is Batman number 61, Tom King and Travis Moore. This I am ultra excited for, because we gonna get Professor Pig, and we'll talk about that later.
Heck yeah.
Yes, we will. Catwoman, number 6, Joelle Jones continues to kill it. There's an awesome variant this week too by Art Germ.
So good.
So yeah, Catwoman variants have been amazing. Harley Quinn, number 56 by Sam Humphries and John Timms. Justice League number 14, James Tynion IV and Scott Snyder teaming up on that one. Steven Segovia with a few other artists as well.
Speaking of Tynion, did you catch in the Batman annual how they named one of the streets after Tynion?
Yes, they did.
I love that little nod to him.
Tynion.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was awesome. Nightwing 55 continues on with Scott Lobdell and Travis Moore, so we're going to learn more about this team of cop Nightwings and all that.
Yeah, unfortunately we talked about it last week, but I am back on the Nightwing train.
Yeah.
I'm loving him.
American Carnage number 2. Number 1 was highly praised. I missed it, but I hear amazing things. Brian Hill and Leonardo Fernandez. That is a DC Vertigo tie-in. Also, we have Lucifer number 3 by Dan Waters, Max Furuyama, and Sebastian Furuyama. They must know each other. This is also a DC Vertigo title, tying with the whole Sandman stuff happening right now. So I'll be picking this up.
Yeah, you're reading Lucifer, I'm reading Dreaming.
Yeah, well, at least gonna start. I don't remember if I read issue 1 or not. I'll know more. I know I started one of the new Sandman series, and I forgot to pick up issue 2. So I've been lost since. I just don't remember which one. I know.
Sacrilege.
I forget sometimes. Fucking Red Sonja, number 24, Amy Chu, Eric Burnham, and Andrea Multi. That's a dynamite book. Red Sonja has been and still is a badass title. And Amy Chu, she's kick-ass. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ongoing continues at number 89. Tom Waltz, Kevin Eastman, and Dave Watcher. I really wish I would have got in on that. It's still good from what I understand. I might just have to jump in. Say fuck it.
Do it.
Yeah.
No balls.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Gideon Falls, number 9, Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino. You in Gideon Falls?
I'm not, but you keep talking about it. I know I need to.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not reading it either, but I hear great things. Oh shit, Middle West number 2, Scotty Young and Jorge Corona. I very, very, very much enjoyed the first issue.
Yeah, I'm excited for this number 2, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be more actiony or emotional.
I'm ready to see more of this world that they're building.
Yes. Rat Queens number 13, Curtis J. Weeb and Owen Gianni. This is a fun title. I'm not current on it. I read the first few issues, but I hear it's still really, really good. So
sweet.
That's an Image book there. If you're looking for something fun and exciting. Spawn 292, Todd McFarlane, Jason Sean Alexander. I really, really love this book. I'm almost current. Now that we have a new Spawn this week, I'm probably going to spend the rest of the evening catching up now, actually, on Spawn.
Oh, cool. I look forward to hearing about Spawn.
Yeah, and Mattina keeps doing these covers, and they keep putting out virgin covers for just regular $3 prices. So Spawn gets a lot of money out of me. And not a lot. Like, I get a lot of I buy a lot of Spawn shit for a very little amount of money every month.
Yeah, they're not sucking you dry.
Yeah, Image is good to people like that. They don't put out super expensive variant covers.
Right.
And,
they're respectful of our time and money.
Yeah. Not that Marvel doesn't do that. It's just that
you get a lot more of these $8 titles, though.
Yeah. No, I fucking Mattina drawing Spawn's amazing. Let's move on to Marvel. I find it odd that I think we just talked about Spider-Man number 11, so we're already going to get a number 12, Nick Spencer, but it's not Otley this week, it's Humberto Ramos. I'm not mad, I love them both.
Yeah, with the release of a Spider-Man movie, I'm sure they're just getting ready for the hype.
Yeah, or maybe this is the issue they finally reveal the fucking name of that badass villain that doesn't have a name yet, that first appeared in issue 1. I don't know, but I want a name, because I'm tired of just calling him the badass villain. This one, finally, you're excited about.
Yeah, Captain America, number 6.
Taneshi Coates and Lynelli Francis Yu.
Yep.
So you're current on Captain America?
I am. I'm looking forward to this one.
It's good?
It is.
Awesome.
If you're a Captain America fan.
This next book I am ultra excited for, but Charles Soule just keeps ending these titles that I'm so used to. First he stopped Daredevil, now he's ending Darth Vader.
Oh,
Darth
this
Vader,
the last one?
Well, last Charles Soule. We're going to get a new creative team.
End of his run, okay.
As far as I know, I think we're going to get an issue 26. I don't think it's going to stop and reboot. I just think that Charles Soule's like, I got other shit to do.
Passing the torch on.
And Giuseppe Camuncoli has been amazing. I'm hoping that this is a with a $5 price tag. I'm hoping to get 5 or 6 extra pages out of this, and I want to see Charles Soule go out with a bang with Vader, with this whole Mustafar fucking plot and Bowman and
now he's opening up the portal.
Fucking Padme. Are we gonna get Padme in this issue?
I don't know.
Oh man, this is by far my most anticipated book of the week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
by far.
A lot of good titles out this week, too.
No, there is. Well, we also have Dead Man Logan, Ed Brisson, and Mike Henderson. So this is number 2. Dead Man Logan's
good read.
Yeah. The first
so
one
far
was
so
awesome.
good.
Defenders Best Defense number 1, Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. So that's the same creative team doing the Hulk. The last couple weeks we've had 2 issues released each week with the 4 original Defenders. This week was Silver Surfer and Doctor Strange, which were fun reads. Sorry we didn't get around to talking to them for time purposes. And then the week before that we had Hulk and Namor. And those were both really good. And Hulk ended up with the Eye of Agamotto. And yeah, so those are all leading into this book coming out, the Best Defense number 1. And then, like I said, it's the 5th part of the Best Defense storyline, so we'll get hopefully all see them on the same page.
Yeah, we're gonna see a team together. It sounds like.
We shall see. Domino number 9, Gail Simone and David Bolden. I'm not current on Domino, but I enjoyed the first few issues.
I should pick that up. I love Domino as a character.
She was so awesome in Deadpool. That's what turned me on. I honestly had no intention on ever reading this character until I saw the Deadpool movie. I was like, this is really an interesting character.
Definitely.
And oddly enough, go into that. Domino just got her own series, around that same time. So I picked up the first few issues, and it was awesome.
She's a cool character. I think you'd like her. Go ahead and pick it up.
Yeah. Show. Infinity Wars number 6. Gary Duggan and Mike Deodato. So this is the finale, or almost the finale. I think there's going to be one more final title right after this, but this is number 6 is the last issue of the Infinity Wars.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels like forever since we got the last issue for that. We've just had a lot of the tie-in fillers.
So many tie-ins, and I think they kind of made a mistake with that because they started to lose interest.
They started out real fun, but they lost speed real quick.
Well, I started to lose interest in the main story. Like, what the fuck's going on with Gamora?
Right.
Like we haven't seen her in a while. So.
I think we're just getting a lot of the ramifications for this world, just to.
I get it, but it wasn't.
Not just like, hey, I did this thing. Oh, now it's reversed.
Yeah. Killmonger number 2, Brian Edward Hill, Juan Ferrer. Did you read the first one?
I did not.
That was very well reviewed. I did not read it either, so who knows. Marvel Knights 20th number 4. This time it's Vida Alea teaming up with Donny Cates and Joshua Cassara. So the twisty, wacky, nobody knows what the fuck's going on story continues.
Yep. It was really good last week.
Continues on. And I'm gonna get that 4th part of that connecting cover with Doom as well. This one I'm also extremely excited for. Is Old Man Hawkeye number 12 of 12, Ethan Sachs. It says Marco Cicchetto's doing the cover, but that is actually... he did do the cover. He's not doing the interiors. This is credited wrong on our site. Mobelli, Francesco Mobelli, is doing the interiors. And he did an amazing job in issue 11 as well.
Agreed.
Yeah. That fucking shot of Zemo being all crippled shot up.
Oh man, that was a good shot.
Yep. I got my interiors of the week last week, so Yes. Fucking Punisher #5, Matthew Rosenberg, Sisman Kradansky. I'm loving the fucking Hydra cover. This is... Punisher's been amazing. Matthew Rosenberg's on fire this year. He's on fucking fire. This one! Oh shit, Seasons Beatings #1, Jason Latour. So this is Marvel's holiday issue. I will be reading this one. We will be talking about this one.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for this.
Bring on the beatings.
Bring it on. Shuri #3, Nde Okafor and Leonardo Romero. Are you reading Shuri?
I am reading Shuri.
Yeah?
I'm enjoying it so far,
Continue to read Shuri?
I am.
Sweet. Spider-Geddon #5, Christos Cage, Jorge Molina. I think this one's coming to an end.
This is the last one, I believe, right?
I believe so, yeah. So we're going to get the ramifications and repercussions of the Inheritors. And what's going to happen with all of them? Is Gwen Stacy going to be beamed back? Is Peter Parker still relevant? Will Spider-Ham save the day?
What everybody really wants to know is, where is Spider-Man going to end up?
That's exactly. Well, actually, he's going to end up everywhere.
Remember? Oh, right. He did send himself everywhere. That's right.
He's going
to... Gonna see some more Spiders, man.
I sure hope so, because it was my favorite thing to happen in this whole event.
Definitely.
With Spiders, man. Fucking Thor, #8, Jason Aaron, Michael Del Mundo. Ooh, Del Mundo's back. Loving it.
Thor's been very entertaining.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right it has been. So we had a beginning of Thor, we've had an end, so 2 issues ago we had the end of Thor. The last issue we had the beginning of Thor and proving his worthiness.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's anyone's guess as to where Jason Aaron takes us. But I will say one thing: is he's not rushing anything. So that tells me that we are going to have a very long run of Jason Aaron Thor. So get excited, motherfuckers. At least that's the pacing that I've got so far with this story.
Yeah, that's definitely the takeaway I'm getting for sure.
I am very excited for this. I know a lot of people aren't super stoked on Del Mundo's art.
Really?
I enjoy it very much. Very much.
Surprising.
Yeah. It's an acquired taste.
Oh, definitely.
Uncanny X-Men. Yeah. What's up?
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. But if you got shitty things to say, shut the fuck up. Uncanny X-Men #6, Edward Selland, Matthew Rosenberg, Kelly Thompson, Yudre Sinar. I don't know who else is on the art team. I don't know if R.B. Silva's going to be joining this one or not, but it's just been like powerhouses. The story continues on. Obviously,
it's roping me in more and more every week.
Yeah.
How about you?
No, I want to know who Legion tracked down.
Oh, me too, for sure.
Weapon H #11, Greg Pak, Guiu Villanova. I'm still reading Weapon H. Despite not talking about #10, just because it was more of a filler story and didn't make it any less entertaining, just fewer talking points is all.
Well, that episode never even got posted, so
no,
they
that
wouldn't
was
even
the
know.
week before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. West Coast Avengers #6, so we're already getting another West Coast. Kelly Thompson, Daniel D. Nuckwilla.
We're gonna find out what happens in the Funhouse.
Yeah. Who was it that saw their mom at the end there who should be dead? What character was it? All of their powers started depleting except for one, and they end up seeing their mom. Kate Bishop, that's who I was trying to think of.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all we have for Marvel. There's a few more indies to talk about. There's a bunch of indies coming out.
Always.
But a few that I'm definitely picking up. Oh, you got Firefly coming out.
Yeah, Greg Pak and Don McDade.
McDade.
I'm a big Firefly fan, and the first one was okay. I'm gonna see where they take it.
Right on. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #34 by Boom Studios, Marguerite Bennett and Simon DeMeo. Since the end of Shattered Grid, I'm back and forth on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but been hearing whispers that it's time to get super excited again for this next issue, so...
Yeah, you've been very hot and cold on this one.
Yeah, same thing. And I read Go-Go this week. Go-Go was good. They're still all body swapped with Trina and Jason and all that, or Trini and Jason, and Go-Go is good. But Mighty Morphin, I'm back and forth on. But like I said, I'm still buying it. I haven't missed buying an issue or reading one. Oh, look at that! You got a Rolled and Told.
Yeah, more D&D adventures.
Yeah. Yeah, not necessarily a comic book.
No, as we found out.
Yes.
Still good though.
Phantasmagoria is putting out a holiday special. Phantasmagoria is a very strange book. Another book that I'm super excited on is Bloodshot Rising Spirit #2 by Lonnie Nadler, and Ken Lashley's doing the art. There's a few other people involved in the writing team as well.
Yeah, you just turned me on to this one.
I am super on board with Bloodshot Rising, especially with it being, a new Bloodshot story. An early place to jump on.
Yeah, I know nothing about him, so this would be a good point for me to see what all the hubbub's about.
Yeah, man. So is there anything else? Yeah, no?
I think the show's gone long enough.
Yeah, our annoying voices are lodged into their ears for the last 2 hours and 9 minutes, so let's get this shit over with. I think I'm gonna go speak fucking Spider-Man again, to be honest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tonight?
It's possible, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. In the meantime, I am going to finish my drink and go walk the dog, man. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, just want to point everybody, like always, to our Facebook page, Cheers to Comics, our Twitter, @CheersToComics, and our Patreon, Cheers to Comics.
Yes, join on Patreon. We incentivize it. For $1, we'll buy you a beer. We run into you on the streets. Maybe one day we'll reveal our ugly fucking mugs. But for $3 a month, it really, everything helps, guys. But we'll provide you extra content, maybe behind the scenes photos, maybe even send you our autographed notes for the week. But more than anything, in the $3 tier, you are eligible for a drawing of random nerd comic book shit. And it could be anything from a beach towel to a PVC figurine of some sort.
Maybe our comic of the week.
Yeah, comic of the week, wall book, things like that. Definitely, it'll be overvalued at $3, I promise you. You may not always win, but right now is a good time to jump on because
you'd be the only one.
Yeah.
But more than anything, I want to stress to you guys, we just want to hear from you. We want your opinions. We want your questions. We want you to be part of the show.
Yeah, reach out to us via Twitter and Facebook. Probably, I suggest Twitter. We're a little more active on that. Like I said, @CheersToComics. If you are a creator yourself and you have interests in being a part of the show, we are more than happy to make that happen. We had a creator reach out by the name of Doug that did The Smiths, and they asked us to review their little webcomic, and now they have been approved by Comixology. So shout out to The Smiths, guys. Good for you. And, we're happy, for all we know, we're going to be the first ones to review their story. So it all happened through Twitter. Reach out to us. If you want to troll us through Twitter, we're happy to say fuck you too. We just encourage the traffic, guys. In the meantime, make sure that you pick up your pull list. Don't leave your LCS hanging. That costs them money. That's why doors be closing, yo. Read responsibly, fuckers. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.